Well, if you didn't realize it, today is National Roof Over Your Head Day. So what could we do more than just go to the Warming Center to talk about how they help out those in need? This morning, Ansley Watson is in Marquette at the Warming Center to tell us more about the good they do. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. This community does a fantastic job of giving back to those who really need it. We just saw it with all those who gave food for the Can-a-thon. So this morning we are going to be talking about the Warming Center. I'm standing in the Warming Center right now. It's on Washington Street in Marquette. And we're going to be talking about all that they do and also room at the end. That's also with the Warming Center. So we'll also get to talk about how that helps out those who are in need as well. Stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Thank you very much, Ansley. Looking forward to hearing more about it as we get ready for the day. We have been a little bit fortunate. It's not as cold. Mild winters are brutal without shelter and heat. And that's why Ansley Watson is at the Warming Shelter in Marquette to see what they do to help those who need it. Good morning, Ansley.
This morning, I'm standing in the Warming Center where we are going to talk more about what exactly it is. It's downtown Marquette on Washington Street. I'm joined by the Executive Director, Doug Russell. Good morning. Thank you for being with me.
Happy to be here.
Good. Good. That's what I like to hear. Positive attitudes.
It's a great morning in Marquette.
It really is. It's actually really nice this morning. Not too chilly, not bad for December.
It's one day closer to spring, Ainsley. One day closer to spring.
I love this. So talk to me about the Warming Center. You said it originally started about 7 years ago. What was the idea that started with this?
Well, Room at the Inn began in 2007, and all based on the idea that there really were no resources for homeless people at that time, no place for them to stay. And the idea was generated from talking to local churches and getting them involved to provide shelter every night. And then part of that too was that, well, when they left the shelter in the morning, where could they go? And so we created a warming center that was there when the program began. And just about 14 months ago, we opened up the warming center we're standing in this morning. And this is a much larger space for us. And again, being more centrally located and having a big sign out front that people know where we are. So this is for our shelter guests from 6 to 8 in the morning, but from 8 to noon, it's for the community. So we do offer a hot community breakfast and lunch each day. And our guests also have access to a shower here. And we have our staff that meets with them and whatever challenge it might be, whether it's housing, certainly, but also healthcare, employment, paper chase with the government, whatever it might be. But we have a chance to work with folks during the business day and at that time coordinate with all the other agencies here in town that also help with the homeless, helping them get back to independence.
Now you're telling me you guys are all ran on all donations. That's all that you get.
That's true. We don't accept any government funding, so we rely solely on donations to make this happen. And the only reason we can do that, as well, is because we have about 500 volunteers that make this happen.
What are you guys in need of?
Well, for right now, I know that paper products here at the shelter, or at the Warming Center. Also, we go through a lot of coffee each day, so there's never a time to have too much coffee. Dry cereal. And I know we go through a lot of city garbage bags, and they're kind of pricey, but that's the system. And so always obviously help with that. And we also have different items listed on our website that people can look at and see if they might want to donate.
And then volunteers. I know you are always looking for volunteers.
That's how we run the operation. I'm the only full-time employee, and it's because of the people that step up and say they want to give back some time and energy to their community. And so if folks are interested in volunteering, again, there's information about our monthly training program that is the first step in becoming a volunteer. But that happens in the third Thursday every month here at the Warming Center. And once you've been through the training session, you can sign up for a shift at the shelter or come out here and talk with the folks here at the Warming Center.
How many guests would you say you serve on like a daily basis?
Right now we're serving between 40 and 50 meals a day here at the Warming Center. The shelter right now is anywhere from 10 to 15 people every night.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Stay with us. We'll talk more specifically about what Room at the Inn is in a little bit. Stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. As we were just talking about, I never thought about, the garbage bags and the paper products and stuff like that. So those are some interesting
little things you'd go unnoticed.
This morning we're visiting the Warming Center, as it's very fitting, as it's National Roof Over Your Head Day. So Ansley Watson is talking to us more about what the Warming Center has to offer for those in need. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. You know, we are in the warming center. People are piling in. They're getting their breakfast before they start their day. I'm here with the executive director, Doug Russell. Good morning.
Good morning, Ainsley.
So in the last segment, we talked a little bit about the warming center and kind of what it is. People can come here and relax and have a place to go to during the winter months and have a free meal, but also Room at the Inn. What is Room at the Inn?
Room at the Inn is an emergency homeless shelter. It's been operating since 2007, and it is a dozen different churches that take turns hosting the shelter each week. This week we're at Messiah Lutheran here in Marquette, and we'll serve anywhere from 10 to 20 different guests in a given evening, and this goes on from mid-September until May each year. So because we have 100 volunteers who will put in time each week at the shelter that we're able to operate, and it's about 400 hours volunteer time to meet with the guests, to do the laundry, serve the meals. It's quite an operation.
I know that the church that I attend, the Marquette Church of Christ, we're doing it in a couple weeks, and I know we're all very excited to help out in any way that we can. And when does this, you're talking about the warming centers open year-round, but Room at the Inn is just open from when to when?
Yep, the whole idea behind Room at the Inn was to make sure nobody froze to death outside, really. And so we're open in mid-September, and we're open until the end of May each year. So hopefully that covers the winter, the cold months. But so it's about a 36-week season each year. And again, the warming center is open all year long. We close the first couple of weeks in September, but otherwise every day we're here.
So then you're always in need of donations. I know that you need certain donations right now. What are those?
We're looking for paper products, for coffee, dry cereal. I know here at one of the things that we go through a lot of city garbage bags, and they're kind of expensive, so it's always a big plus. Always looking for volunteers who might want to get involved. And if folks have questions, they can call the office or check out the website and be willing to have that conversation and figure out how you might be able to get involved.
I know this is a place for people to have a fresh start, to get back on their feet. When people come here, how do they start back up? What do they do?
You know, each person is a little bit different, and depending where they're coming from and what their situation is. But our staff will sit down, work with them, and go through a process of whether it's again, obviously looking for permanent housing for each of our guests. But beyond that, it's maybe a healthcare issue. Maybe it's a medication issue. Could be helping them with employment. And so whatever that need is, we'll sit down and have that conversation and figure that out. And it's not something where we have to have it done by the end of the week, or however long it takes, it takes. So each day we'll hopefully make a little more forward progress, get them where they need to go.
Is there anything else you would like to say about the warming center or Room at the Inn?
We're only here because we live in a very generous community, and we couldn't do any of this without the support of an awful lot, hundreds and hundreds of people. So thank you to everyone who contributes in whatever way they do to our mission.
All right, and thank you, Doug. Reporting live in Marquette, Ainsley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.